to music or videos used on this broadcast and no intention to fringe on the copyright or profit from it. Please allow us to use this to educate our listeners.
For Biafra must be restored, for there is nothing the enemies can do about it. We have come that the will of the Most High may prevail. Radio Biafra is unorthodox. The way we do things are markedly different from how others do it. We are under divine instruction. We have come that Chukwokika Biama may take control of these very proceedings this evening, for we are nothing without him. O Elohim, Chukwokika Biama Purimihanine, unto thee we repose all that we are. Do not allow your children IPOB to be put to shame. Do not allow us to be devoured by the hands of the wicked. Do not allow us, O mighty one, to fall prey to those who do not know thee. You will deliver us, not because we are righteous, but because of your mercy. Hear our cry and our supplication. We are not armed. We have not killed anyone. We have not jailed anyone. We have not done anything at all to warrant the level of destruction and carnage being visited upon your children. The same way Israel suffered, so is Biafra suffering today. And if you, Elohim, can deliver Israel, so will you deliver Biafra. That is our hope. That is our anchor of everything that we hold dear as a race and as a people. You brought Biafra that light may come into Africa. You gave us hope because we are in a continent of hopelessness. And by thy grace, Biafra shall be restored. We shall be resurrected. We shall crown our efforts with the glory by the grace of the Most High himself. We are not strong. We do not pretend to be strong. All we do is to submit ourselves to your will, that your will may be done upon our lives. We have lost many people. We have lost so many good people. Their sacrifice will never be forgotten. We shall honor them, and for their sake, Biafra will come. Israel lost people, and today Israel is here as a beacon of hope in a land filled with darkness. We beseech thee, O Elohim, because we are wandering all over the world, hoping against every hope that things will turn around for the better. It has never turned around for the better. Instead, it is getting worse. Please do not abandon your children. You have given us a commission, and we must accomplish it in our lifetime. We have come to honor your holy name. We have come to praise thee. We have come to honor thee, that your name may be glorified, adored, and praised forever and ever. He said,
without fear before our enemies, we have sworn an oath to restore Biafra, or we die in the process. There will be no retreat and no surrender. If the option they give to us is to seek our restoration by violence, every living thing living in the zoo will be destroyed. All the animals will be destroyed. It's a promise and a pledge we are making to them. They must understand that we just don't love our country. We are fanatical about Biafra. We will do everything humanly possible to ensure that Biafra comes. It is either the flag of Biafra is raised up or I am lowered into the grave. One of the two must happen. It is better for this heaven and this earth not to exist than for Biafra not to come to pass. We dedicate it into the hands of Chukwu Abiyama, the creator of the heavens and the earth, because only him decreed that we should exist as a race, and only him has the say to decide and to determine if we are to survive or not. We don't rest our hopes in any man. We don't believe that any country can do anything for us. We are going to reaffirm our faith in the supremacy of the creator of the heavens and the earth, Chukwu Abiyama, upon to whom and in whom every glory and honor belongs to. That's why we worship him and nothing else and no other. We worship the one true living God. That is who we worship. That is why we were created. We are not like any other people. We have been chosen by Chukwu Abiyama to serve him. We have been chosen by the creator of the heavens and the earth that we may serve him. That is why in our names it contains every praise imaginable. Every praise imaginable to the Most High is contained within our names because we are very special people. We are here to reaffirm and reiterate that. We are here to ensure that this very march towards our freedom cannot be hindered. Any obstacle on our way, real or imagined, man or woman, adult or child, anything it is, once you are an impediment to the restoration of the sovereignty of Biafra, you will be destroyed completely and totally in every way imaginable. We do not forgive. There is no forgiveness in our dictionary. We are here to ensure.
The people go and south the Lord God of Abraham to the land that's flowing with milk and honey. They cannot be stopped. People going south the Lord God of Abraham to the land that's flowing with milk and honey. They cannot be stopped. To the rising sun, there's a star in the east, shining up in the sky, shining out so bright, it's supernatural. am a bulldozer. I carry the sling of David. I'm a lion king. A lion must fall down. Jericho walls must crumble. To the rising sun, there's a star in the east, shining up in the sky, shining up so bright, it's supernatural.
Yes, good evening, fellow comrades and lovers of freedom. This is Biafra Alpha Power Media International. And we're reaching you out from United Kingdom. Today is the 25th day. So yes, pardon me, I think I was echoing, but it's fine now. Yes, today is the 25th day of May of our Lord 2024, and I'm reaching you out from United Kingdom. My name is MAZI George Umeh. I reside here in UK as one of the principal servants of indigenous people of Biafra here in United Kingdom, North London coordinated to be precise. And this evening, we continue with this episode of Who Sold NNAMDI KANU. And just to be clear on this particular episode, this episode will not stop until our leader is being released from the SS dungeon, because it borders on everything that we do. And before now, we wasn't so keen about who sold our leader until those that was actually perpetrated the crime now give us the clue, tell us how much Onyendu was sold, told us who was bargaining. Everything was spelled out, and it is not contradictory. The message was very clear, and now it has become imperative that this program compasses a lot. It carries a lot of information, and the Biafra Alpha Power Media International is designed to lecture and let our people know what is happening around them, because there's so many propaganda going out there now. The people now has turned into propaganda, blackmailing and whatnot. What we do here is to open your common sense to think and push you into the right direction. Tonight is not going to be different from what we have done in the past. I'm going to dive into a lot of stuff this evening. Well, firstly, my monologue this evening, I'm going to make it clear. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, I see some mischievous people, and they thought probably we're on air because of saga. I don't do saga. Biafra Alpha Power Media is internationally, recognized. What we do here is basically things that are being said and critical, analyze them, and in-depth on anything that has to do with IPOB. So I need to be clear on certain things tonight. This is my monologue. This is my personal issue that I want to be clear on, clarify this evening. Number one is this. I want people to understand that people took a stand, and my stand remained the same. There's some things I'm going to talk about tonight. I want to make it clear. When it comes to the issue of Simon Ekpa, I don't have anything against that young man or what he did. My stand and what I said from the beginning remains. As long as you're not using Mazzi NNAMDI for your personal gain, Onyendu said, whatever you know to restore Biafra, go ahead and do it. If you know what you should do as well not to restore Biafra, go ahead and do it. And certain things I'm going to attribute tonight, what people that have perpetrated things and people that have disobeyed Mazzi NNAMDI directly, and Onyendu have said, don't mention this name as an IPOB member, but as a thing that made me prompt to say this is my personal view, and it's meant that way. Second is that when it comes to KANU, I want to be clear. KANU is a member of IPOB, and Capital is the immediate younger brother of our Supreme Mazzi NNAMDI, and is verifiable in Germany. And I want to be clear, since I encountered KANU as a member of IPOB, and Onyendu's younger brother must live with it. Whether you like it or not, they have never, on any point in time, act or purportedly try to prove to us that they have any interest of leading this struggle or say things contrary to IPOB. And I have said, and I told you guys, anybody that can give me evidence of KANU inciting anything that has to do with IPOB code of conduct, by him seeing something that shouldn't be done, and they pointed it out with profitable evidence like sit at home and Umeh account. And that is why some of you are thinking that KANU want to take over IPOB. That is not the view we follow. We know what happened, and I'm telling you my personal view tonight. This is my monologue, my personal view. I just mentioned Simon Ekpa, and I mentioned KANU, because some people say, oh, you are serving KANU, and anybody that uttered that word already told you that he's not an IPOB member. We sworn an oath to protect this family. And from when this platform emerged, our job has spoke for himself. Go to our Facebook and YouTube. Every IPOB member have wrongly attacked by the attacking dog of Chike Doziem and his gang of criminals. And beyond, we have spelled them out. We have pushed them back. We have made people to understand that these people are propagandists. That is why today, before they speak, they need to think about it. So I want to be clear. And KANU, to be fair, I have to give it to that man. He has got no ego. When it contribution, I have encountered him. So someone say your KANU is serving him. Sometimes it's rhetorical to me, because at the end of the day, that shows me that you're not an IPOB member. I defend every IPOB member that you have. Remember when you guys attacked Mazzi? I was the only man standing. That day, it was a media combined attack on Mazzi. And the woman in South Africa mistakenly accorded him. I want to clear this tonight. And I told him right there, my word to him, young man, stop propagating falsehood against Mazzi. When he said Mazzi was receiving a letter, these are the lies you guys have told in the past. So I want to clarify all these things before I forge ahead, because some of you that just jump on social media when you're ranting, you don't have evidence to back up what he said, and what he said is what you've been told. Hearsay, just like a G4. I will get to that tonight. We don't do hearsay here. We come here with evidence, and everything we say is fact check and verifiable. Now, we don't do saga, take it to bank. Again, 30th of May is just around the corner. We are going to remember our heroines and heroines. And who made that possible is Mazzi NNAMDI. Remember those that fought from 67, those that fought from 45 to 67 to 70 to death. One man made it possible to remember them. It never happened in any country that people abandoned those that we are going to fight with. And today their spirit is with us. We will remember them on 30th. We will remember those that betrayed them as well. Recently, those that were massacred in our bar on the 31st of March, 2023. Chike Doziem and his henchmen, China Samuel, ruin our people. went to Italy and collected over 8.something million naira and went and sold Fendi. Pushed our men on the street of Aba, called the Nigerian soldier and massacred them because Akpala women that knows a lot about Chinas and what it is on record. I will repeat it tonight. We will remember those that have failed. Remember to ask Paul Chike, those young when they mount that microphone, that God will punish all of them. That is where they will confess their sin. You see that radio Biafra you guys are going, the blood of our people, they will make all of you to confess. Every now and then, when you guys go there, you must give us something to talk about. Our own is to explain, to break it down to layman perspective. Remember to ask Chike Doziem, who saw the Fendi. Remember when this incident happened? We came here, we told you. Some of the media rats pick up he said, a debunking judge, you may debunk me with evidence. Is there anything I said that was right? Chidrim today is in Nottingham. You guys compensated her by luring our people to be murdered on the 31st of March, 2023. And you say you're mourning Biafrans. Why you have murdered sleep? Not alone the menace he caused in Biafra land, because those people that have died for the last 2 years because of sit at home is under Chike Doziem direction to go against the Supreme Leader of the Religious People of Biafra. And the consequence is enormous that you people cannot contend with. So we will remember our people on 30th October. That day is not the day we gather and cook rice. Just like in the United Kingdom, you go to Trafalgar School, you see them here sharing rice, jollof rice, like they never ate in their house before. This has caused problem here in UK. They're drinking and dancing, forgetting that we have not gotten Biafra yet. People have died. To the extent you people ruin our people and murder them. Then what ground is it stand to come and say you're honoring your heroine and heroines where you murder your own comrades and still killing them as we speak? I will stop there. I just want you guys to remember that. And this is my monologue this evening before I go into the D-Day and what I'm going to talk about this evening. Before I continue, I want to give you some motivational, as a motivational speaker that caught my eye. I want you to pay attention and listen to this man's words. Some of our people, if you apply this to your life will never be the same. I'm going to allow this to, I think, about 2 minutes. I'll allow you to play. I'm saying nothing. After I finish this, then I'll continue. Just pay attention and listen.
Right. He's worse. He's just pathetic. His goodness is all weakness. The gang member at least will fight. Now, is the gang member good? Well, he's good compared to the coward. Is he good compared to what's good? No. Because I know what happens when we allow other people to control our tongues. It's not good. Do you have something to say that you're not saying? If you do, then it's your fault. This is your fault. It's your problem. And you might say, well, I'm too afraid to talk. It's like, fair enough. How afraid are you not to talk? You know, people say to me frequently, they compliment me on my bravery. And I think, you don't understand. I'm not brave. I don't like conflict. I'm way more afraid of losing control of my tongue than I am of the consequences of saying what I have to say. Because I know what happens when we allow other people to control our tongues. It's not good. Do you have to stop helping? If you're offering something and it's not taken, you have to stop offering the hand because there's no other solution. If someone who is sinking has their hands around your neck and is pulling you down, you're not obligated to drown with them. And sometimes that means in people's lives, for example, that they have to leave their family members behind. You know, there's a rule too, if you're a lifeguard, I'll save you, but that doesn't mean you get to drown me while I'm doing it. And if it's you drown or both of us drown, it's you drown. And that's wisdom. That's not. No one ever tells students why they should write something. It's like, well, you have to do this assignment. Well, why are you writing? Well, you need the grade. It's like, no. You need to learn to think. Because thinking makes you act effectively in the world. Thinking makes you win the battles you undertake. And those could be battles for good things. If you can think and speak and write, you are absolutely deadly. Nothing can get in your way. It's the most powerful weapon you can possibly provide someone with.
Like I said, that's a word of wisdom. And as you listen to those motivational words, I think it means a lot. Some of you that has something to say wouldn't say it. Some of you knows the truth, but they wouldn't say it because, I mean, Just look around you, what is happening in IPOB today, and it breaks my heart. This evening, let's remind us what happened on the court on the 20th of May. Our leader, last appearance in Federal High Court on the travesty that is going on in the zoo. Now, there's certain things I want to talk about this evening before I continue with the episodes of this incident that happened that I need to explain to you. I want us to listen. Those videos are there making headways, but let's listen to Sunny and Wale Shewinka first before we get to our leader's last address when he took the talk in the court and to the world at large.
National.
The longer NNAMDI KANU remain in prison, the more the cause he is fighting for is being flourished by his own detention. Tinubu is a president that came from the trenches. He is one of those who fought for democracy and freedom. And I believe, if not for the fact that he went to exile, he could have ended up in prison with us in the 90s. Then someone of his own stature cannot be lectured about democracy or human rights, because we are all in the trenches fighting. So my expectation is that the problem cannot be solved by keeping the leader of the struggle perpetually in prison. You don't solve the problem. You can only solve the.
But the ironic thing here is that what Sunny just said, some of those don't know what happened. This is an agreement that have reached. That this agreement has been, they signed and sealed it, and they got people that were defending Mazzi and NNAMDI KANU, even including the SAM, IPOB paid over almost $90,000 and it was granted interview. This is an agreement they have reached. They gave him an award, single because he picked up Mazzi and NNAMDI KANU case to make sure that the media blockade, we are not brought to court. So the reason why I'm talking about this tonight is that some of you don't understand what Sunny was talking about. They try to keep our leader in prison on DSS dungeon, but the people that we employ to work for IPOB and Mazzi and NNAMDI KANU was actually working against Mazzi and NNAMDI KANU, because everything they have done is in line with what the Zoo government wants. To make sure that Mazzi and NNAMDI KANU voice is never heard, to make sure that Mazzi and NNAMDI KANU was not brought in court, all these things was working simultaneously until something happened. But let's continue.
The problem if you discuss the problem.
Well, the first thing I have to say is that I said at the time, and this was what got me into serious trouble, because they felt that by making such statement, in fact, it was singled out. By making such a statement, I was trying to demoralize the federal side and actively promoting the Biafran cause. When I said and I wrote, I said, you cannot defeat Biafra.
And we have to give it to Wale Shewinka for his bravery during the war and actually tell them that you cannot defeat Biafra because it's an ideology. Just like that, the motivational speaker just said, if you have something to say that you know is true, he said it. And his words still live on. We're not going to be tribalistic here because the Yoruba man, he still plays the part, because at the end of the day, one thing in this life is that regardless of what you want to, Onyendi said that we are tribal in nature. And it's boiled down to because your immediate family is what you protect first before any other person. That's the nature of life. So I wouldn't bother to care if he cares about our leader before Sunday Igboho, but the truth is that he speaks the truth when the truth was needed. And it's still going on. This is a recent interview that he gave, and he's still reiterating again what he told them 50-something years ago and explaining today. And thank God that his tribal man is the one in the power today with the so-called AGF and whatnot. But they don't want to go there. They don't want to go into tribal. They want to keep it professional and open-minded and deal with it as it comes. Very, very important.
So, and people thought I was merely talking of the, they took a very simplistic approach to understanding that. They thought I was talking about the battlefield, on the battlefield. Well, that was involved as well. Because when the people are determined, they are willing to sacrifice anything to preserve their identity, when they feel they are on a righteous course.
That's the word of our leader, will sacrifice everything sacrificable. I have done and given his two parents. He said it in his words on his country home in our Faloku Ibeku. Two parents was there with his wife. He told Biafran that I will sacrifice anything sacrificable. And it's done.
It's difficult to defeat them.
Yes.
If there's any, shall we say, military defeat, it's only temporary. The real issue remains unsolved. I mean, that's a lesson of history all over the world. Seeing NNAMDI KANU in prison, I believe, to have, in fact, kidnapped him, there's no other word.
I have to give it to him. He's still speaking the truth. All this that happened now, he still tells you what happened. That is a kidnap. And that is when you hear a lawyer talking about a judiciary in Nigeria, when Nigerian government have committed a sitting on the crime. That's no legal proceeding now. That has to deal with our leader, which our leader rightly said. I'm going to play that audio as well. Everybody understands that there's no law. And when the law has failed, it becomes chaotic. People take laws into their hands. And that is the verge that the zoo is in now. And somebody will tell you, open your mouth and call, we use the word of abomination where legal, in a legal matter. I will come to that tonight because we have a lot to break in.
In the first place.
That's true.
He had a right to pursue his cause anywhere he wanted. He was never accused of physically bombing any place or killing any place. Language, yes, was incited, no question at all about that. But you don't arrest, you don't kidnap people. Buhari seemed to have...
well, I would disagree with you, sir. There was no inciting word whatsoever from Mazzi NNAMDI KANU. Mazzi NNAMDI KANU only calling for things that is white. Onyendu have never incited any words because he will not beat a child and tell him how to cry. We have to give you respect on you coming out, speaking out, but when you say things wrong, we have to question it as well. Our leader has not incited anything whatsoever. It's on record. So you need to revisit your, recheck that, sir, with all due respect.
Obsession with kidnapping people, you know, that seemed to be his trademark.
Modus operandi.
It's like couldn't fulfill himself unless it put somebody in a crate and brought them back. And I think that politically speaking, if they have any real charges against him, well, since he's in their hands, they should try him. All this technical postponements, delay.
Now, you see what Oshenka just said is technical. Do we remember that Onyendu, the list Onyendu has had for the last 2 years, 2.5 years before Ejimako became the lead counsel was 4 months. Every time they appear in court, which Onyendu was not there, they will take 6 months. They will take 4 months. And the lead counsel, some will come and defend the Nigerian government they didn't mean. That was the systematic, they were in all together in it to make sure that Mazzi NNAMDI can remain perpetually in DSS dungeon without even bringing him to the court. We'll get to all this tonight.
These tactics of just of avoiding the basic issue. For me,
yes, and we cannot thank him enough. But what is going on in the zoo is a travesty against our leader. Mazzi NNAMDI KANU has no case of known to man to answer because crime was committed against Mazzi NNAMDI KANU and Biafran people. Onyendu was kidnapped in Kenya, an extraordinary rendition. It's a crime. To the law, themselves signed, signatory to African Charter. It's a crime against humanity at large, for your information. Now, because of after this particular case on the last court, Onyendu went, there was an uproar. You know, the cabal will not find anything good or anything better for themselves to do, but they will always shot themselves on the foot Always. They will come out and ridicule themselves and make mockery of themselves. Things has been said after that court when Onyendu protested in the court. And before I start, I want you to show me any law in the world we are bound any defendant in the court to protest, to ask their lawyer or attorney, regardless where you reside, to protest. It happens across board. That you have the right to tell your lawyer to step down from the dock to you when you found out there's ill things going on that you need to actually put out to the judge itself. It is your fundamental right. There's no law that bound that. It happens, or that doesn't mean you're defending yourself. It is something that actually under the ambit of law, that when you felt that you're not being represented, that what is going on, that you have something to say, it is your right to ask your attorney, because your attorney is working for you, you're paying that person. And the law guarantees you, give you that opportunity to you to air your own bill. For your information, before we go to Onyendu, because after that court, there was so many people making mockery of themselves, ridiculing themselves, because they want to score a chip, And you guys are getting big. Don't forget, you guys kicked about our leader appearing in Nigerian courts again. What was your idea? So if the world had a Mazi Nankan doesn't want to appear in court, what does that tell the world? How do you now present your case to the world to know? You guys wanted Onyendu, the same arrangement after federal high court that were state managed, after the Supreme Court that were state managed, after granting Onyendu bail and stay it. You never asked question, why was Onyendu giving bail and stay in the same court? The day they went to take that particular ruling, Ejiofor was not in that court. The so-called Sam was in Miami, dancing Alabanco. That was what happened. They sent an house man to go and take that particular ruling when they still on the case. All of you have seen that before. You never ask question. The ruling of that case is out there. You guys have read it. You never said anything. Now, let's listen to Onyendu and break it down in a bit.
Media International.
That he is mad. He cannot tell me. He cannot tell me. He's a madman. He appoints judges. Buhari has been appointing judges in this country. He should stop with the judges. That is rubbish. People can have it, I will not have it. I won't have it. I will not have it. Buhari can intimidate judges, not me. Get rid of me. Nonsense. They are killing my people. Yeah, it's okay. After killing my people, you tell me to tell me the secret. The person is mad. Completely mad. There's a contempt of court proceedings here. Contempt of court. They don't obey court order. They don't obey court order. You're telling me secret prayer. Well, I'm moving the back. Rubbish. The worst person being born. Rubbish. Rubbish.
I don't know if those people writing about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu taking the dock in the court, is there anything that more severe than this? That our leader was in the court, the same Bin Tayaku court, when Ejiofor was hiding under one of the benches when Onyendu was speaking in the court. Onyendu told the whole world, a sitting president that is mad, I cannot jail him. It is his right. Our leader has been this way. Even after court, he had tried, including the people that were held wrongly. Those that are called Boko Haram, because the political, religious differences they have got. They've got Sunnis and whatever they have got. Buhari is a Sunni man. So any man, Muslim man that is not Sunni, depending on they killed the former, what is it called, Boko Haram's leader. They were having issues. There are so many things that's happened in the past. But I was like wondering why people has issue with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu taking the dog to actually reiterate to the so-called corrupt judge, pointing her to the direction of what the constitution of the country that he actually presiding the judiciary saying. Is that now making him representing himself? One thing people don't understand is that since Onyendu started appearing in court, we have never had when they're arguing. Even from 2015, we never see it in clip, we never heard it in audio. It was when Ejimako took over this as a lead counsel. Now everything become clear to Biafra that he had an argument between our lead counsel and the judge itself and the prosecutor at the same time. So I want you guys to actually tell me what your problems are with Onyendu actually telling the world. After he said that in the dock, he came out again and addressed the world. So I want to play all the audios to you to see. Because like we said, one thing we will not allow you guys, I know I'll allow you guys to do your saga for a couple of days. We come here to explain to Biafrans because what you guys have done is what have kept us where we are. And we will not allow anything to go under, on that carpet anymore. That is the promise we have made to you guys.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
Which is the absence of the defendant from the court since 25th of April 2017 until he was produced on the 29th of June, my lord, which was exactly what the Supreme Court did. They said that he did not jump bail. These criminals came to my house to kill me. That's what the Supreme Court said. This is in your own ruling, in your own court, my lord. So I cannot understand, my lord, why my trial will be conducted contrary to the Constitution of Nigeria that said I must have free and unfettered access to my counsel. It's here. This is the law of Nigeria, my lord. And again, my lord, please, if you may permit me, my lord, this is the laws of this country, the extant law of Nigeria as of today. Of terrorism, prohibition of...
That's why the previous video before this, I don't know why you have issues with this. He was talking to George Miley, just reminding her, retreating to her, to compare to telling Buhari that he should go and tell Buhari that Buhari is a madman, that he cannot jail me. That is the appointed judge because executive is now interfering. He told the world that everybody had it. They don't want Onyendu to speak because they take a contract with the Nigerian government to make sure Mazzi Nnamdi's voice was never heard. We'll come to the media blockade since Onyendu came back. You see them today reporting Onyendu was giving press release and all that. Why wasn't he giving press release for the past 2.5 years? Did you ask yourself that question? Did you get any answer to that? Let's move. I want to hear the couple of the rest of the video before now I say what I want to say.
The Prohibition Act says I cannot be tried in Nigeria. That's the law of Nigeria. I can never be tried in any court of law in Nigeria. That's what the law says. Anybody standing in trial or coming to try me is a terrorist. That's what their law says. Section not me. As simple as that. Section 2, subsection 3F of Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act. That's what it says. Any court considered to try me is committing an act of terrorism. Yes. Very clear. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then come to try that very person. Is not done anywhere in the world. So you must be aware of that. So that is why there is all these ridiculous delays. That is what Supreme Court said. I did not jump bail. My home was invaded. They came to kill me and I survived. They came to Kenya to kidnap me, brought me back to this country and seeking to try me, which the law says cannot happen. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then hope to stand on that illegality to conduct a trial. Is not done anywhere in the world. And it happened in my case. Nobody has, there's no exception. No exception whatsoever. That's what the law says. Section 12 of the Constitution, what does it say? Any treaty ratified by Nigeria becomes law. It's law. You cannot change it. It doesn't matter what they do. All these shenanigans is just pure rubbish. You never stand. Not with me. Okay. I believe in justice and fairness. That's all. Nigeria is signed to extradite, not to ambition. And not affect the lawyers.
It is quite important that our leader was speaking this boldly. Do you know why it is important? Talk about this. He granted 2 interviews. I mean, he spoke on the dock and came out again and he told the press, which never happened before. Until we have a new lead counsel. There was a conscientious media blockade against our leader. It was when the Ejimako picked up this case, we knew that Onyendu coming to court cost over 500 million naira. People were being given money. That's why I see them today. They are running. They are suffocating. They are suffocating. They've been lying to themselves, saying they sue the Nigerian government. The same people that defended Mazzi Nnamdi, being awarded 800 million, 500 million. All this is systematic. But there's something I want to put up here. After this video, they started attacking what Onyendu said. Our lead counsel tweeted one tweet. There's one thing about Barrister Aloy Ejimako. I'm not here to blow his trumpet or whatnot, but what we are saying is when he sees truth, he must speak that truth at all times, without no favor. One thing I see is that I said it from the beginning. And go through IPOB proceeding. Every country in the world or every persons in government, including United States of America, whenever they're making references of IPOB on case have won, it is anything that has to do with Aloy Ejimako. References. It's there, clear to everybody to see. Now, this is what he said. And this tweet was on the 20th, the same 20th, about 1648, when they started ranting. He responded concisely. He said, those peddling the 4 stories that Onyendu Hashimaz MMK has waived his right to counsel are the same people that are unhappy that, unlike before, Onyendu now has the golden opportunity to speak both in court and to the media. If your intention is that Madin Nankan shall not speak, you have failed. Do you understand what I'm saying here? He doesn't write a person. And he doesn't deal with sentiment. All he deals with is fact. That's something I'm going to show you tonight, like I said. And look at this tweet here. This is Simon Ekpa. Do you know why I'm bringing this tweet up here? Do you know why? Because the thing we are going to tell you is that, like I said from the beginning, I made my stand clear where this young man is and what he does. Because when he started, they were the one that allowed him to get to where he is today. I had no issues with it. Go on. But he wrote this. But Simon Ekpa forgotten what he said about Onyendu, that Onyendu was cloned. Like I said from the beginning, they all, like who made the account, the money, they all share the money. The previous money that was in account, 7,000, all of them was involved in it. They were playing hanky-panky games with Onyendu. He would tell you that he have his own team going to see Mazzi and NNAMDI. All these things are lie. You won't hear that kind of a thing today. He wrote this with a capital letter. How come MMK speaks boldly in court? Unlike before, his dying heart, a Jofo. I don't know, a Jofo for I, right? So, but I remind him as well to understand the part he has played. When Onyendu handwriting came, he says it's not Mazzi NNAMDI, but today you see Mazzi NNAMDI. And how do you going to, because some of you believe Onyendu will not come out of DSS dungeon. How are you going to deal with that situation when the day actually comes to pass that Mazzi NNAMDI now will join us again? You guys are eating your words one after another. That's why I said I have got nobody issued with anybody. I'm an IPOB member. I joined IPOB. I sworn an oath. I know the voice I had. I am not confused. I am not. We don't answer different names. Let me remind you. When IPOB started in the United Kingdom, MKS them were involved. When they asked the name, there's an answer. They say Billy. Onyendu said no. They say, oh, when we get there, we tell them. Just like this guy they call Tony Nadi, Lower Niger. Oh, when we get there, we tell them our ambition. So Onyendu said no. Our name shall remain indigenous people of Biafra. That's who we are. And once that name emerged, the whole place gone into a place. That was the issue. We don't change course, we don't change name. We don't answer IPOB today, tomorrow we're answering something different. We stay in one course. We are not political hooligans or prostitutes. That's not what we are doing here. Or freedom fighting. This is not it's not a career, but this is what we must do. I'm picking it one after the other. You guys tonight. So Onyendu has every right to stand on dog, but forget those people put Onyendu under the perpetual blockade, coming to court, media. Onyendu never speak to media, even when it was needed for Onyendu to calm the tension down in Biafra land. They could not do it. All they do is after every 4 months or 6 months, they come to court and when behind closed doors and pick a date, our leader will not be there. And they go home and they will come and grant interview. That was what I've been doing. Now, I will proceed. Before I finish China Sanworu's video that he did on 13th of April 2024, I want to play the interview Ejiofor, the native doctor Ejiofor granted himself in his office after he went to defend, after they went for court. I think Nnamdi Ejiofor was there, the so-called co-defendant, which is Benjamin Imadubugu, and what does he call his name? Chidebele Onwudiwe, and what is another guy again? The three of them. The other guy wasn't there. And they granted interview. Actually, I saw this video in his Twitter handle. And I couldn't stop laughing. But I'm going to play it because I want to see. I want to talk about it a little bit before I move forward. Now, there's things I want to flash. I don't want to forget about them. This is our... Some people are saying, I saw someone written today that they're going to give Ejimako. They say they're going to give him IPOB treatment. I don't know which IPOB. Don't forget that those that tried in the past couldn't do anything because you only do this to someone that didn't deal with you. When Ejimako came out and tell Simon what Onyendu said, he refused it and he followed instruction. What happened? Where is he today with that? Because it's official. And that's when he keeps sentiment away from reality. And he said, when Mazzi can say that he is not subject to trial. Here is one reason. There are 2 international tribunal decisions against his arrest. And who made it possible? Is Ejimako. And trial, which are binding on the Nigerian by virtues of Section 12 of the Constitution. And this is just one reason. There is more. And this is how you know if we have the right person to deal with Onyendu case, because we know that our leader have no case. The funny thing is that when Onyendu was extraordinary rendition, Ejiofor did not understand what extraordinary rendition was. Even he questioned Ejimako, come and show me where he is in Nigerian law. Is somebody that's saying is IPOB worldwide lead counsel? I will get to that. When somebody used the word worldwide, I don't know if the guy understood the English word he's using. All this copy and paste he does with all this junk he writes every time saying he went to see Mazzi Nnamdi because Ejiofor never see Mazzi Onyendu eye to eye. 4 months Onyendu was rendition. But Ejiofor put up a memo. Goddamn principle that Chikedozie man is gang of criminal operating till tomorrow morning. Somebody will say, KANU, what is he doing to get his brother out? Oh, is your father and your mother are the one going to see Mazzi Nnamdi in the DSS dungeon? The person that asking KANU, what is he doing to release the border? I think it's your father and your dead mother, the ones that are going to see Mazzi Nnamdi in the DSS dungeon. Because it's your father and your mother are the one who know how Mazzi Nnamdi is faring in the DSS dungeon. Asking rhetorical questions. You imbeciles. KANU should come and tell you what he's doing. And show us what you're doing. You people that kill people in Biafra land. Turn our place into cannibalism. Is this how we want to restore Biafra? In the name of who? Mazzi Nnamdi told you that he doesn't want any of you doing anything on his name. It's official. So what you're doing does not attribute to Mazzi Nnamdi. That's the fact of life. A barking dog does not bite. If you have something to do, zip your mouth and go ahead and do it. If you have, let me tell you something. Any man that can kill you won't tell you will kill you. Because if you tell me you will kill me, I won't fold my hand and wait for you to come and kill me. If you want to go and kill somebody, tell the person I'll come and kill you, then somebody that have more resources than you are. How is that possible? Who are you fooling? You guys should advise yourselves. Now, let's go into Ejiofor meltdown. I will call it meltdown. But I want to prove to you what stupidity and incompetency on its highest level is tonight. About Ejiofor. I've talked about his meltdown before, like I said. Who showed Mazzi Nnamdi kind of compasses a lot of information. Now, let's break it down. This program will go on to like 2 hours. You know, that's why I know I'm going to finish it on 2 hours. Very, very important. Let's go.
Alpha Power Media International.
Okay, go ahead. I'll come in somewhere.
Anyway, I have read actually before I started this, because I put this on this video, right? So this is one tweet Ejimako did that neutralized everything this man said here, because now he cannot, nobody's going to have, after that court, why didn't he see AIT or whatever media outlet come to interview him? Because it's quite irrelevant. It's not, nobody knows who he is anymore. That is the disdain. And he cannot stand that. And everything they have fought for, that they're going to hold Mazzi Nankan. Ejiofor signed MOU with DSS that nobody will see Mazzi Nankan unless it's lead counsel. I've shown you all this document before. I'm not going to be wasting my time on that. But why I pressed this in front here, including Simon, that's why I talked about it, just to clear why I put this write-ups in front. He neutralized all these junks he's saying here, exposing his stupidity and idiocy in his highest level.
Okay, go ahead. I'll come in somewhere.
Okay, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Yeah. Sir, please, can you introduce yourself? Do I still need introduction? Yeah, fine.
Did you hear what he said? Does he need to introduce himself? Now you understand the mentality of a man. Imagine someone like him claiming that he's a lawyer is fighting for no in his village. That is the problem between him and Emeka Ofo. That some riffraffs are joining issues with. Forgotten that Emeka Ofo pays his partly school fee to him to become whatever he is today. You know? It's just imagine someone that you ask you a question, introduce yourself. Is asking them, is it necessary for him to introduce himself? I tell you, he's a lawyer. I don't know which school. Anyway, I don't know. Zoo. Let's go.
My name is Saifan Ejeko. So I'm the lead counsel to indigenous.
This is Justin Alban. He needs to tweet himself, his family. This is his family picture, because they all hide their family members. And they will come out and be talking anyhow. But they've forgotten that anybody that lives in grass house does not throw stone. It's just a matter of time. You see, this fight we started, this fight is going to go a long way. But we cannot go there now. This is for your information. This is Justin Albani with his family. For those who does not know. You need to tweet himself.
IPOB worldwide. Okay. Please, can you tell us what?
He said he is a lead counsel to IPOB worldwide. Does the Jopo understand what worldwide means? Can somebody ask him the definition of worldwide? And which IPOB case has he foreseen offshore of the zoo called Nigeria that he will ascribe to himself IPOB lead counsel worldwide? Who employed him? Who is the person that employed Ejiofor? It was our leader's wife father that brought Ejiofor. Is this name, this man, this devil you're seeing here, his name was mentioned first time on the 9th of January 2016 here in United Kingdom. And who brought him was our leader's wife, which is the in-law to Onyindu. That today he called that is harboring grudge against him. Because his incompetency is alarming. So ask him, which case has he filed for IPOB? If Ejiofor could not establish that Mazzi Nankan house was invaded in 2017, 14th of September, that no, from that day that can happen. Any lawyer that actually foreseen his client didn't see him, Ejiofor didn't file that case until when Ejimako filed for that case. That is when he started running around. The day he mentioned that in Vintayako's court, because Ejimako didn't file it in Vintayako's because it happened in Abia. He went back to his homeland and filed that case, which he won in Abia State. Ejiofor never filed it officially in Vintayako's court, saying that his client is missing because of Nigerian terrorists in uniform went there to kill Onyendu. Onyendu escaped. They murdered 28 men, including Jack. That was not black and white. Go and check when he filed it. It was after 4.5 years that this animal is seen here, because he was playing to the gallery, going around granting interview and collecting award and being reimbursing to the Nigerian government by suing them. They managed attack on him. This is the things Ejiofor did. They managed attack, which none of his family member died on it, but his PA is still launching DSS dungeon. He couldn't get him out, but he wanted to get IPOB members out. His PA, they arrested in his house, not if they still languishing in DSS dungeon. Ejiofor. Ugochukwu still languishing in DSS dungeon. Still, they have not get him out. And he's claiming that his IPOB worldwide lead counsel. The person that I have never for one day seen Ejiofor travel, he have not left the shore of the sea. Unless through the back door that we are aware of. And he claiming what? You know what worldwide mean? Before Mazzi can assume the position of IPOB worldwide, Onyendu tore the continent. It is not something is sat. And who employed you to be IPOB worldwide lead counsel? Leading where? Benjamin Imadubu and Chidebe, these are individuals. If he's still representing them. For your information.
How is our leader, Onyendu Mazzi Kanu?
He's doing fine. We saw him yesterday. He was in court.
Okay.
He's doing fine. So, doing fine. And the matter is going on. He's doing fine. He was in court yesterday.
Yeah.
So, now.
The person that did interview actually, and how stupid this man is, he put it up and put it in his Twitter. Meltdown in the highest level. Now, to show you that this man is not a lawyer, this is to comment on Mazzi and the KANU case is something he must never do. As somebody that was previously the lead counsel to this case, that failed work, compromised woefully, was forbidden, even including the code of conduct of what guys that so-called zoo law. It's not meant to comment in Onyendu's whatever happened. Even if Mazzi died in the court, it is not for him to give any interview openly to anyone about it. But because he's not a lawyer, I'm sorry, he's not. How you get to this thing you're wearing, I don't know. As some people know, he was a property management lawyer in Abuja, which is as we are talking today, he's actually facing a criminal case. Somebody that he defrauded about 6.something million naira is on record. This firm, which is our international legal luminary, actually pointed it out that he must disqualify himself for Mazzi case because he's facing criminal case, while Mazzi is facing civil case. So how can a criminal defend a civil person? It's contradictory. Who sold Mazzi Kanu? Ejiofor is a part of it. They know what happened to Onyendu. He knows. He's involved. They all had their own share.
Of course, we're no longer part of the case. And so we've done our part. Earlier indicated. I've been here for a period of 9 years. So at least I've done.
He said he's there for a period of 9 years. Ask him, what is the achievement on course of 9 years if it is not betrayal? You are there about 9 years. What did you do? If you go back on 2017, it is anything you do that will get Onyendu out. We know why Onyendu was given stinging bell. And after that, all of you agree for them to go and murder Mazzi, and that's why he never filed it legally to the court that Onyendu house was embedded. But rather, you were going around granting interview to make yourself famous. But you know it was not legally, certified in the court that Onyendu Mazzi That is why Bintanyako refused Onyendu case, because if a Jofo could have found that Onyendu house was invaded to Bintanyako's court, Bintanyako wouldn't have been able to actually revoke Mazzi Nnamdi bail. But a Jofo ignored it for almost 4 years. I want you people to understand what happened. Who showed Mazzi Nnamdi? A Jofo is the fundamental murderer that everything we see happened in IPOB today. Jofo is the engineer, including Simon Ekpa broadcasting radio Biafra. Every new thing that has happened is a Jofo. When did you see a Jofo give any message you need to give clearly? I want to show you one thing here, because at the end of the day, you see Ejimako, I keep on saying Ejimako, I have my reason why. A lawyer that has got no sentimental issues, that are working accordingly on the ambit of what he believes as a profession. Now, this tweet was when we were having issues, even after Onyendu proved the memo to Nemeke Jofo. This is one of his tweet in 2023. This happened on 28th of November 2023. This tweet was tweeted. I go today. I had a visitation with Onyendu, and he asked me to make it publicly that he had asked one of his lawyers to do a memo to Chike Dosiem to announce Obonna Abraham as the new interim coordinator for Germany, and that Edosiem and the lawyer who did this memo can confirm this. Question is, has Chike Dosiem confirmed that memo till tomorrow morning? Do you see the contempt when we talk about things we do? That memo is what is called none of them contempt. And after that memo, none of them will tell they ever had anything from Onyendu as a message. Because Onyendu don't know if this message going to a job or nobody will hear it. Any message passed to a job or is dead on arrival. Because it's worse than the DSS themselves. That's the fact of life. Because a man that gives false information about a man being held, saying that Onyendu say, well, Onyendu never see man, what else do you need from this man? A Jofo didn't see Onyendu from July 2021. Onyendu was kidnapped till about October. He went to DSS to see our leader. He was sending one of his mistresses there. Ejimako went there, and after he came and granted interview, he had one-on-one chat with our leader. It's on record.
My own part and then have to move on. So allow other of my colleagues to continue. And I believe they're doing the needful. So thank you.
Okay.
Now, unfortunately, I don't want to. I don't want to comment about the proceeding before the court on them. What's the
He said he don't want. It's not that he don't want to. That's the right thing. You should never ever comment on Onyendu's proceeding. You shouldn't, as a failed, compromised criminal that you are. Because you were part of that case. What he did to Onyendu, he committed crime against Mazzi Nnamdi. He committed crime known to man to Mazzi Nnamdi, which I'm going to I will reiterate it tonight. You have said it before. But because of this swear he just did, I need to explain it properly to a layman perspective. Very, very important.
Going on there? Because having been debriefed from handling the matter, I don't think I'm competent to comment on what's going on. You can understand that for some time I've not been writing about it.
Yes. You see how it listen, this guy is the most daft. Your voice is daft. Of course, you are incompetent. You just say with your own mouth. You are incompetent to comment on Onyendu case because you know what he did. Did you see how he's contradicting himself? He said he's incompetent. It's not me, that is his word. Though. Let's go back a bit. Yeah, listen.
From handling the matter, I don't think I'm competent to comment on what's going on. You can understand that for some time I've not been writing about it.
You are not competent, you are incompetent. And you shouldn't allow, even your code of conduct forbids you to comment on something you have already failed upon. The matter is in the court. Whatever proceeding happened in court is none of your business. You're not Mazzi Nnamdi spokesman. You're not in the position to speak about what happened transpired in the court. No. You are not competent. Of course, you know you are incompetent.
their outcome, proceedings, or irregularities, or probably some dramas going on in the court, because I choose not to write about it. Though it's an eyesore, but I don't want to comment on that.
You choose not to write about it as an eyesore as who? What did you do for the past 2.5 years when you was in the DSS dungeon? You choose not to. You've been sacked as the criminal that you are. So you say you choose not to. Do you have any affiliation with Mazzi? You're not a member of IPOB. What business do you have? You are an ordinary employed lawyer which compromised and took bribe from the Nigerian government and sold our leader. So what right do you have? Of course you are not. And you know it. But I want you, after you said all these things, I want you to listen. After he buried himself, he knows his limitation, but listen to him. To tell you that this man cannot help himself. To tell you that this guy cannot help himself.
That's okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Like what really happened is which me personally, which I'm not a lawyer, I'm not into anything like law. Which I was a little bit downhearted when I saw our leader defending himself in the court. Being a lawyer, at least I also want you to throw more light on that particular issue. Right, you want to drag me out somewhere I don't want to come out. Please. I said actually, I do not want to comment about the proceedings in the NNAMDI KANU's case. However, what happened yesterday is an eyesore and an abomination. Because I can't imagine a client who someone is defending, addressing.
You know what? I will still allow him to talk, but let someone tag a Ejiofor to give us quotation in the zoo law. Let's use the zoo law, where is an eyesore, an abomination to forbid a defendant to ask his lawyer or attorney or lead counsel to step down the court for him to actually point out the corrupt judge what they are doing to protest. It's his fundamental right to protest. Well, I will do yourself a favor. Tag this moron and tell him to actually show you where the law says that is an abomination and an eyesore. But I will tell you what is an eyesore. What is an eyesore is that if I need your first sworn and affidavit for Mazzi that is defended on hearsay, that was the reason why they stayed the Supreme Court judgment. Have Ejiofor told you guys the reason why they stayed the Supreme Court judgment? Some of you are shouting like an antelope. Onyendo has been granted bail in Supreme Court. Did you know why it was there? Did you know why that judgment was? Because state managed. After collecting $90,000 from IPOB, of course, the so-called ceremonial executive Sam have to do something to prove that it's working. Now they went and state managed rulings. Through the back door, Ejiofor went and sworn affidavits about Mazzi on hearsay. The same man you're defending. It is not me that say I'm going to put it on the screen to remind you again. What is an eyesore, an abomination, is for this criminal you see here called Ejiofor, sworn on affidavits from us on behalf of Mazzi on hearsay, and a second ceremonial allowed that to go on. That was the ruling they gave. Why they still the execution? They still for the execution because of hearsay affidavits that they sworn. And the day they passed, that judgment was ruling. That ruling was ruling. He was not here in court to be found. The so-called executive was in Miami, dancing Makosa there. So I wanted to continue, but I'm going to bring up here and show you. Because for those that are telling you they went to congratulate them, thank them for what they have done, you should have asked them, what is exactly the Ejiofor do that you have to go and tag somebody that have actually dragged your husband or murdered IPOB within? You can see it visibly, it's everywhere. It's not can't even hide his feelings anymore. Because the man is, when your hands are sore, over time you don't know what you're doing. Because the blood will always be clouded. After he said that he remember what he said from the beginning? That he's not qualified to comment on the case, but now he's telling the person that interviewed him that he's pushing me to say something I don't want to say. These are some charlatan in his office talking nonsense and put it in Twitter and think he's gonna get away with it. Not while we're here.
Addressing court by himself. I don't think it's happened. So, and they shouldn't be allowed to continue because it shows in totality that he has assumed the position of a lawyer.
Yes.
And when a client assumes the position of a lawyer from the top, what it means that he has no confidence or the credibility or competence of those representing his question. And so something must be done about it.
That's how I felt.
Because the essence of bringing a lawyer to handle a matter for you is that the person should be the mastery of law. The person should know it all. And so and the person should be in a position to defend you.
You know, one thing in life is that, yeah, you see him here in the last, I'm talking nonsense. And this question, all these things he's saying is, what if that person actually if the person that was actually talking this, that's what I say is a charlatan, if he's actually a journalist, he should have asked a job for question. He should have asked him just one question. I said, but why all this time? Onyendu, you should ask him one question. One question. So why is all this why Onyendu has not been coming to court? What was the reason? And Onyendu has not been able to speak to what's it called, to the press. Why? But they wouldn't tell you that.
So not you doing otherwise. So it's not encouraged, and it's forbidden under our practice.
Yeah.
It's clearly forbidden under our practice. A client who is being charged for an offense to stand in court to defend himself is not allowed. So by our law. I believe the team will look into it and see how to go about it. Because I believe they have all it takes to defend it. And so now they are in position of the file and the facts about the case. Thank you.
Yeah, because what I saw yesterday was the accused person carrying files, like a lawyer. When I see you guys coming to the court, I see the volume of files.
I said it's abominable.
Yeah, because I saw
abominable on that.
Papers and thereabout.
Everything about a matter coming up for hearing before court supposed to be discussed during what they call pre-trial conference.
Exactly.
Then when you come to court, you will in which your right to defend you to a lawyer.
Exactly.
Then it's only in exceptional circumstances that you call upon. Probably you want to tell.
It is quite pathetic that this guy is actually ripping himself apart. Because all these things he's saying here is what was in his position. He couldn't do anything with it. The person that was talking is not a journalist. These are one of the people, all these sentimental individuals that don't even know the left from the right because he's not asking a question. He's explaining all these things he's talking. Onyendu is talking that where is Onyendu? Where is in DSS dungeon? You have gone there to see our leader. That where you are talking to Onyendu is being bugged. So how do you have the time? That's why we are talking before the commencement of the trial. Onyendu must have his own space. If they don't want to give Onyendu bail, they give him a house arrest. And you sit down there and talking all this jargon, justifying your failure. What a Jofo is doing here is justifying his own failure. That's a fact of life. And whomever that was interviewing him, he made him look more stupid than ever he's been before. Because everything he's saying here is what he has been for 2.5 years. He couldn't get Onyendu. They always take 4 months, 6 months adjournment, and every time they appear in court, and Onyendu is not there. MAZI NNAMDI KANU, and it is allowed, like I said from the beginning, it is a universal law. Any defendant can assume the dog by telling this. If he's a lawyer, if he's an attorney, depends on country where you're residing, he's have something to say. And they must grant that. It is a must. There are some people that defend themselves. They don't need anybody. But it hasn't come to that. Onyendu didn't complain. But he's here talking about something that he couldn't do anything about. Very, very important.
Court one thing, not to address the court on issues of law. So, and for him to mount the dog and start addressing the court, referring to laws, is something I consider very serious.
This guy is very stupid. Onyendu was quoting the constitution of the zoo. He's holding the constitution in his hand. reminding your corrupt, your partner in crime what the law says. As of today, people have to believe in that 1999 decree. That was what Onyelu did. And you can't take it because you know you're going to be exposed heavily.
And I believe also my advice to his formidable team, is that they should look into it and ensure that such thing never happen. This is my comment from sideline because it's an abomination and it's an eyesore. So I don't think throughout the period defended in NNAMDI for a period of 9 years. At any point in time, address court on law. The court will only ask him, how are you doing, Mazzi? I hope you're fine, and all these things. How are you doing? I hope you're feeling you well. I hope you are taking care of you. We now make a company. We now personal complaint to the court on his personal experience, personal issues, concerns, not on law. So that's the only thing. Not address court on law when we are there. It hasn't happened. So I'm not actually trying to impugn the credibility or competence of those handling the matter, but there are serious issues of concern raised by the outings of yesterday, and my advice to them that they have to look inward and find out what is up. They have to. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Anyway, like I said, Ejiofor has just made himself look more stupid than I ever think before. At the beginning of this program, I played what Onyelu said in Senate court, and it is allowed. But as I can say, it's a meltdown, and it just demonstrated how vindictive. And one thing I want to show you, let me show Ejiofor what is an eyesore. Eyesore is that Ejiofor took, if you check on page 5 on this, number 5 here, I say, in opening paragraph of the counter affidavits disposed to by Barrister C. Ejiofor and filed by him and Chief Mike Abado Abo Ezekome, Christian Nigerian citizen of number 29 Como Street, Uzo 7, Zone 7, Abuja, do hereby make oaths and state as followed, that I am a principal partner of IC Ejiofor and Co. Briefed by the respondent. Briefed by respondent of the prosecutor that insists appeal on his behalf with the lead counsel, Chief Mike Ezekome Sam, CON and COF, with all this jargon that he has and PhD, by virtue of which position I am very conversant with the fact disposed to herein that I have consent of the respondent and the lead counsel in this suit, Chief Ezekome Sam, to dispose the counter affidavits. This is the affidavits that Ejiofor sworn against Mazzi and Nnamdi Kanu. And if you come to the 7 is where they stated the reason why this particular affidavit was a hearsay. And Ezekome and Ejiofor was part of it. And they never told anybody this. And if I read down on the 7, it says, start the main reason, virtually the only reason for granting the stay. The Court of Appeal stated, and I quote, on the issue of a special circumstances, the applicant has detailed in his affidavits in support fact that shows special circumstances. The counter affidavit filed to rebut this fact are lengthened with the circumstances with a hearsay which not rebut the solid fact placed on intact of the special circumstances, positively justify the grant of the application under section 131 in bracket 1 of the Evidence Act 2021. Whoever desire any court to give judgment as any legal right or liability dependent on the existence of fact which he which is as such, shall prove that those facts exist. If he failed to do so, his case failed. Then CCP, CV, INEC 2021, and whatever else they put in the middle, in the counter affidavits, the despondent disposed in paragraph 4 that the source of his information is the senior counsel, Michael Zekelman, son. But in paragraph 4, the disposant switched and stated the following. So everybody can see, can read downward and see that this is the reason why Onyendu Bell was there. And Ejiofor still telling people, he still talk about abomination. The reason why I read this tonight again is to remind some of you who does not know what is going on. And I'm going to go in a quick break. And when I come back, I will dive into China Sanwo-Oru's last broadcast to finish it up. And there's a couple of things I'm going to flash before we move forward.
People going south the Lord, God of Abraham, to the land that's flowing with milk and honey. They cannot be stopped. To the rising sun, there's a star in the east, shining up in the sky, shining out so bright, it's supernatural. Stopped. I am a bulldozer. I carry the sling of David. I'm a lion king. A lion must fall down. Jericho walls must crumble. To the rising sun, there's a star in the east, shining up in the sky, shining out so bright, it's supernatural.
Yeah, welcome back. This is still Biafra of Power Media International. And like I said, this evening is a bit daunting, but it's fine. So Ejiofor have just demonstrated his stupidity in the highest order, and I will proceed. Now, there's some couple things I'll have to touch on before I'm going to remember another 12, 20 minutes on this program before I go. I want to show something here. This is, like I said, this who sold Mazzi and NNAMDI KANU is comparsses. Chike Doziem, the dead man walking, just resurrected. But one thing I want you guys to do me a favor. If anybody can call him and ask him who saw the fake Fendi that Akwarawa Mende and his men won on the 31st of March 2023. Over more than 80 people. Over 50 people died on that particular incident. Missing one, we don't know. Remember when it died, when this thing happened, they were quiet until we called them out. And they came out, China Sanwo said they were going to avenge. For some of you that are dealing with issue of sentiment and emotion, nobody have told you how far they have actually avenged that death. And we're still waiting for their vengeance and their death. But they say Chike Doziem is coming to address the people that he murdered, in quote. So make sure you remind him about that. Make sure you remind him about that. And before I carry on with China Sanwo this evening, this guy have talked about this China Sanwo, the immediate past age of Governor Hope Uzodimma, has been reportedly arrested in Imo State. Blog cannot confirm the reason at this time, but we anticipate a speedily hearing. Detail follows. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is that China Sanwo himself, there's something about this Chinasa, they know themselves. Now, because he's working for Hope Uzodimma himself, he ran away. These are the people they are competing with. So they know. Just like when a man came and give you detail about who sold our leader, how much our leader was sold, who was there, and he was the man that was talking to Onyendu on that same day. That is why it becomes imperative for people to ask fundamental questions. We are not here to pat anybody at the back. Okay? And tonight, I want to remind you, before I go back on his program, so many things this guy have done. If you remember, before Onyendu was kidnapped, Onyendu made it clear nobody from abroad should interfere or with our men on the ground. It is a standing order. And he's the commander. Onyendu made it clear. But some of you have forgotten all these shenanigans. That so many ESN has emerged under them. They've been lying to themselves. Because now that's the only way they will get money from people. Now, Chike Doziem, this is Chike Doziem traveling to Tanzania. Yeah? Tanzania and Kenya have one boundary. This is when they were still collecting the money they paid them after Onyendu was kidnapped in Kenya. He went there. He didn't know. Spirit of Biafra pushed him. They put out this picture saying that they were there. They still went there to meet Igbo people. This is so-called Rapture Media extension. Wrote this. They put it here. It is a great privilege for IPOB Tanzania and the Igbo community. This is not IPOB. You can't have Igbo community and have IPOB in Tanzania to host the IPOB worldwide head of the United States, Chike Doziem and Maz Joseph Edwin, IPOB East African representative for their visit to Tanzania, because all of them were in it together. We are just reminding you guys, what we do here is to open your common sense. If you have something to say, say. If you don't say it, it is your fault. At the end of the day, this is not prejudice. Like, what we do is to actually pinpoint their flaws because they are up to no good. Make sure you ask Chike Doziem fundamental question. What did he going to do in East Africa? If Tony Nzulumike did not tell us that he went home and married, you wouldn't know. That is your deputy director of state. He went back home and get married, untouched. All the secret they tell us all the secret, we never asked for it. And there's something I need to remind you. After I have finished with China Sanwo, I'm going to play numerous videos tonight concerning China Sanwo's, things the guy have done is something that people need to be wary about. Even though nobody knows who he is. Now I think he's hiding somewhere in Australia, with Chukwudi Ofoma. So let's move on. This audio, I think this is the third time I'm playing it because I couldn't finish it on the first and previous broadcast I made. So I think episode 11 and 12, and it's gonna finish on 13 because I think it's about 20-something minutes. So I'm gonna finish it off tonight.
Because we cannot deny
that is why
sophisticated. Go on.
Let me tell you, the Nigerian government, do you see them talking? Do you see them come on social media talking? I used to tell our people, the DSS, forget about anything you're talking. The Nigerian DSS, they are professionals. I'm telling you.
Some of you forgot him. It's in this broadcast that she doesn't want to say everything. He tell DSS to keep man. The same audio. So because we extract things, we keep them. Because we forget what he said, but we have them. So now he's telling them how professional the DSS is. Like the same audio. There's a lot in this audio. This broadcast was done on the 13th of April 2023. That's when this broadcast was done. Important. He's telling you about DSS. They don't come on, but you come on stream and talk every day. They don't come, but you're telling DSS what to do to our leader. But you mean they are professional. And what are you? Can I ask that question, please, if it's possible?
Anywhere you are, you want to underrate them. They are professionals. The Secret Service, when they meet you, they will give you confidence that everything is right. You may even see them as your friend. That is how they work. They have every information they need. You know why I'm saying this? I'm coming close to this point for everybody to understand what is making Mazzi NNAMDI KANU case very complicated. Because the family of Mazzi NNAMDI KANU and this lawyer they call Aloy Jimako, they are trying to push out Mazzi NNAMDI KANU from the agitation to a family.
You know, the funny thing is that when you talk about pushing Mazzi NNAMDI KANU out of agitation, did you find are you the one that called Mazzi NNAMDI KANU to start IPO? Pushing Mazzi NNAMDI KANU out of agitation as the two parents have died. This is all your wishes. Because you're one of the agents of the DSS itself. You are. And all the utterances have confirmed it. Because all of you knows. You know what is happening there. But because Aloy Jimako will not dance into your own team. That is your big. You have threatened him. How old you? The way you threatening him. But after 12, what happened? He has not relented because he's a professional. Don't even have your time. You know, very important.
Something to protect the rubbish they have all committed. That is what they are trying to do. And I'm going to explain it very well. Everybody open your ears so that you understand. It's not just you come out on social media, you start
exactly.
Now,
exactly what you do. You're just talking to yourself. One thing about, you see, when people have exhausted all the avenue, when you lie too much, you don't even know, you repeat yourself. Everything you do now, you continue. But the only good thing at the end of the day, repeating yourself, you make one confession that is very vital to us. So continue. I thought you were coming on Thursday. Come, I'm waiting.
Along this line, since 2021, 2022, I come on this place, I will shout, I will send message, I will tell them this rubbish you people are concocting, trying to use it to destroy the DOS. But what are you doing? We came out, our hands are clean. They plan. Let me tell you, Calendar was at home. You people ask, there are people at home. This model and people he groomed, there are people he went out with them because he wants to claim the second in command of Mazzi NNAMDI KANU. There are many group of our Biafra youth he went out on escorts. He only will come back. None of the youth come back with him. Nigerian army will pick all of them. Nobody knows whether they are alive or they are dead.
You see one thing about blackmailing. These things you're saying, Kananta will go out with our young men. You are not there. Do you see the difference? If fabricate story to suit you, Kananta Kanu you are attacking. You and Kananta Kanu is not in the same league. You are not. I keep on saying it. If Canon Takano or Paraventure Onyendu wanted Canon Takano or Meme to have any position in IPOB, none of you will ever object it. Because you know when you utter that word, you're finished. It is not something that if Onyendu have nepotism in him, some of us we know. It was transparent. Canon Takano is a member of IPOB. Which if we say today, let everybody bring their official, forget about what you're claiming you're doing. We're talking about official receipt of your contribution towards IPOB. Very, very important. But you see, all the attack on Onyendu's siblings wouldn't wash because at the end of the day, you need them. Today, what is happening? You claim you don't want Onyendu to appear in court. Today, you are running around. When they went to court, where do you get information that you went and write? Every family writer, you are the one of the editor and family writer, China Samori, because I remember Uchema for opposing that particular nonsense. I know Muchuku garbage. You guys are running helter skelter. Information you get is still through Mazzi Nandekano's family. Because you're not Mazzi Nandekano's family. You are not. If you are not, why do you go to Australia? Why don't you go to the zoo and go and see Onyendu? You are hiding nowhere till someone start looking for you, run away. It is quite pathetic. He's saying, hearsay. What you're saying, he can't prove it. You were not there. You are not.
Example, ask them about Apambo. Mpurumbo, I mean. Ask them about Mpurumbo. Where is Mpurumbo and Co? The Nigerian military accosted them. They left him because he's Mazzi Nandekano brother. But every boy that was with him, they took all of them. He came back home quietly. He didn't say a word. He never talked to the family and tell them where their husband and their children are. Till today. Calendar.
Some of you forgot that China Samori said they sent some people to Kenya to go and investigate for Onyendu. The people never came back. You know one thing in life, yeah? When people are indulged in blackmail, you know why I enjoy this is that there's so much information this guy have let out, but he doesn't even know what he said them. He wanted to say, oh, you didn't know what we have done. We sent somebody in Kenya, the person never come back. Who is this person you sent to Kenya? Did you tell his family members? You see, all these things you're saying cannot be is exactly what you have done. Because we have evidence to prove it. Who showed fake Fendi to Akwarawa Mende and his men? This is something that everybody can confirm. When he send your media right to come and talk about what I talk, he says debunking judgment. He's repeating what I have said. I don't say things without evidence to back it up. The information we had was pure. And tomorrow morning, you guys cannot run away from what happens on 31st of March 2023. A Black Friday. You guys will never get away with it. Everything you are saying here, I said it from the beginning. Listen to this guy very well. Whenever he's talking about somebody and narrating, scenario, either something he has done or something he's about to do. That's how he operates. Because he can't help himself. He's a narcissist. Narcissists, that's what they do. They always blame people for what they have done or what they're about to do. So we continue to narrate whatever they have done.
And they continue to do their activities, have put Mazzi Nandekano in a tight situation. But today, because of the security report in the hands of the governors, many people, they are tagging all these things on Mazzi Nandekano. They are tagging all these things on Mazzi Nandekano.
Guess what? This is their plan. Let me say something to you. You know what he's saying to you? Because all this is happening. They say they are tagging it to Mazzi Nandekano. But I told you, China Samori, you have failed. Do you know why? Because he forgotten that Chika Paul Doziem accepted responsibility of what is happening in Biafra land today. That's one thing you forgot. You've forgotten that. That he said it on audio. Onyendu have dissociated himself from all the menace. He never approved the sit at home, you guys. So we knew all these things from the beginning. All these things you are narrating right now, we knew. And that is why you people does not like Aloy Ejimako, because you guys will not see the light of the day, not where he is, not why he's involved, still here with our leader. So what you are narrating is actually what we're already aware of. Onyendu knew about this. The real IPOB members knew about this. And you guys were warned. So attributing what you have done or killing people, mentioning people, you are the first person that come to the Biafra mentioning people's name to be haunted. It's on record. Don't forget we have all this. We have all these records. So who is making it difficult for Mazzi Nnamdi than what you're telling DSS to kill Mazzi Nnamdi that nothing will happen in the same broadcast? He said it before you start talking this jargon. That was all you need to know. You need help. Narcissists, that's how they behave. Because you lied. You live on blackmailing. You continue to expose yourself and your generation.
And the Aloy become an accomplice with them. But let me make the story very clear now. Do you people know when I was shouting, screaming, every one of you know when we are shouting here, screaming about, they are listening to everything happening around Mazzi Nnamdi. We told them, be careful what you are saying. Stop going there to feed him lies for you people's own greed and how can I put it, ambition. Because he is in one place. They are the only people coming to him, feeding him with information. Anything they tell him, of course, Mazzi Nnamdi will also accept and tell them, go ahead. Or he will tell them, I don't know what he used to give them as response, but I'm sure the DSS hear everything. Now, a couple of weeks back, all of us heard Aloy Ejimako came out. After how many years? Told you people that in the case, he found out that there is a picture when he came to see Mazzi Nnamdi. The DSS took him a picture and they presented this picture as an exhibit against Mazzi Nnamdi. They mistakenly, and I am asking Biafrans this evening, do you believe that DSS can mistakenly take the picture of Aloy Ejimako and put as an exhibit? Anybody agree this rubbish? They just put the picture for him to know, so that his mind start working. It's a psychological attack, because it is not only picture. That day he's talking, there was some information he were passing to Mazzi Nnamdi. We don't know, maybe it is from a Perima, because he's working with a Perima. The video evidence is there, it's not only picture.
So how did you know all this evidence? Like I said, you have to listen to somebody when somebody is saying something. The evidence is there. How did you know? That's the question the idiot that's standing there says is anchoring the program never asked him. How did you know? The day he narrates how Onyendu was sold, you never asked him, how did you know? Are you going to say, oh, we don't want the people that give us information, we don't want to mention their name? If you have this amount of information, that means you're in part of the gang. Because if you have that information, you wouldn't say it out. If somebody have told you, have you had Mazzi Nnamdi can tell you country that is sympathetic to what we do? Or do you think there's no country that is sympathetic to our cause? The only mention, what the encounter he had in Brussels, when they asked him, what are you doing on the ground? And second of all, when he declared that state of Israel protected him, he said it that he will never tell anybody publicly that is actually sympathetic on what we are doing. So you're seeing all this now. Someone gives you this information. Yeah, he's saying it with every vein in your body. that you know. How did you know if you are not part of DSS informants? That's the question the person, because if I were meant to interview some moron like you will never speak again in your entire life. That's the fact of life. That's the fact of life. Your entire life, you will never cough again.
They make the picture, the time they visit, everything is there. They heard everything he said.
We know all these things. Alaya Jumaka know all these things. Everybody knew it's not today. But we have to push it forward. Because your own man that were going there, is your fault that you guys were sending before. Is he not going there? Is he not the same person talking to Onyendu? You moron. Is he not? Because Ejumako refused to dance on your toes. All of you put together, including Simon. He refused. Because he's your professional. He's talking to Ekperima. I don't know who is Ekperima, because you people are the real Ekperima that I know. You people are the real Ekperima that we know. Someone that's outside that people will be doing what he's doing, that people will give him oxygen to do what he's doing, to distract people that don't understand what is happening. Think we're going to pay attention to that? It must be insane.
And the lawyer Jimako will use these things to bargain for his own freedom. A lawyer Jimako is under the case of MAZI KANU for his own. Do he think that DSS don't know his history in America?
DSS, come listen to me. Talk about your four that have case going on. The person you claiming that's your lead counsel. If your four have criminal case under his neck till tomorrow morning, that he hasn't come out of. Talk about that. If you talk about America that you have not known where, you don't even know road to America. You don't know world. If a Joffo have problem with American, it's not you do have to void it out. No. America, if you have case with America goes to any country and extradite whoever they want. You don't know anything about America. Stop talking something you don't know. Even Jimako have criminal record in America that warrant him that is no issue. It's not you to talk about it, bro. I'm telling you categorically. So worried about the local champion you guys have as a Joffo that deported someone about 6.5 million. That's why none of you liked Bruce Fame, because he told a Joffo to stand on that case because he got criminal record and get on that his head. And that was bargaining, just like Bintanyako. A Joffo was bargaining for Onyendu under his criminality in Nigeria. That's what you should be talking about, not talking about the Jimako. That's spotless. As the last time we checked.
Is that what Aloye Jimako think? They have every intelligent report about him.
Sorry.
His behavior, his criminal tendencies, they have it.
Prove it. Bring. I think you're coming to Radio Biafra on Friday, or whatever, Thursday. Bring their evidence of Aloye Jimako criminality. So Biafrans will know. Since the dumb idiot there that cannot ask you a simple question. Bring the evidence with you when you're coming. Don't come and be ranting like a lunatic. Aloye Jimako is not in your lead. All of you, one tweet, it will destroy, neutralize all of you from A to Z. Always. And it has been like that for ages. There's no room for shenanigans. Everybody knows that. Onyendu himself knows that. And that's why he's the best. As far as we're concerned. Onyendu now, once we go to court, we know that court, it was because of the Easter holiday that we're going to 6 weeks. But if a Jimako has been the lead counsel from the day Onyendu was extradited to Nigeria, I don't think that this case would drag to this. The world could have known the outcome of this case because of the delay tactics they are using. Buying time. They're buying time till Buhari administration gone. Now, Asiwaju is there. They're still buying time because of the Joffo and the Sekome are the part of the criminality, including all of you put together. That's the fact of life.
And that is why DSS became very relaxed to hold him. And everybody should watch out. And now, let me tell you people, we told them from day one, this issue is a political issue. All these things you people, we started.
Who told you it is a political issue? Did you know what extraordinary rendition is? Well, a political issue. That is where all of you are thinking. Because that political issue has been intimidating Biafra, all the governors in Biafra land, extorting money from them. Anyone that can give you guys money. When only what is extraordinary rendition, you guys were writing memo. They extort money from, but now they know that you guys are quite irrelevant. As long as you're not close to Mazzi and KANU, political solution, you are not part of this particular IPOB that Onyendu created. I want to remind everybody tonight that this is the era of 100 men. The prophecy of our leader has come to pass. It doesn't matter if you guys are going out shouting, drinking, as this is the nature of the average Igbo man. With all due respect, I'm not into a social gathering. We are freedom fighters, and we must understand the meaning of fundamental being an activist. It is very clear. So, political solution. Are you going to be part of political solution with this your behavior? To be collecting money and threatening people, calling people's name? During the election, they come to Radio Biafra and call the INEC names, people names, calling their names. When did that become the trend of Radio Biafra? Someone there, I think the two callers was saying that Shenka was listening to it. Is he listening to it today? Who is listening to it today? The same platform we worship that Onyendu Nak's church that universities are listening to. Who is listening there? Can someone listen to this kind of nonsense? Who is going to listen to it? Tell me. I don't listen to it. All I need is information. That's all. It's vital to us. So continue. You guys will be confessing your sin because everything you people have done, you guys you don't know what is behind that particular Radio Biafra all of you are toying with. So for your information, the crime in Biafra land is attributed to Chike, Paul, Edoziem. So when that time comes, all of you will share it among yourself. Not Mazzi NNAMDI. It's on record.
Telling them from 15 December, when we found out what happened, we told them this. They started to blackmail the leadership. All of you knew that the brother of Mazzi NNAMDI had been online. We don't want Mazzi NNAMDI to come out.
Anyway, this ended the so-called audio. I got a couple audios. I want to flash it tonight to end this broadcast. Because at the end of the day, this broadcast was something I could have done in a one broadcast, but there was no time, so it dragged. Said and done. The information has harnessed, and the analysis is spot on. Whatever you are or whatever you're doing, let me tell you something. As long as you guys mount that microphone, that is the only way you guys are going to confess. The person that killed Tupac didn't know when he confessed. Kifiki is in prison right now. After 3 decades or going to 4 decades, he murdered Tupac. He confessed in podcast. So continue. It's not about what he said. You will say it and forget what he said, but that's why when police commit any crime or arrest you, tell you, you have the right to remain silent, that anything you say or do will be used against you in the court of law. Exactly what I'm doing here. I take your word, I present it. So before you say, KANU say, or Mr. B say, or Mr. A say, Biafran, the evidence. It is not about your, because you guys thought, oh, we are holding the microphone now, we can intimidate people, and people. No, it doesn't work that way. And that is why we are here, to make sure that whatever you guys have brought that is not true, we have to lay to bear to our people to understand that you people sow the seed of decoy, and today is haunting every single one of you. I want to flash a couple of videos to remind Biafrans what you have done as a person. All the fake ESN you have created, some people have forgotten them on things you do. A fresh reminder tonight, and over time you see them go around shooting cows. This is just to collect money from some weak individuals. Onyendu said, and I quote, every activity of ESN is forbidden to show on social media. I hope you still remember that standing order. This guy, when this guy confessed, let's listen to this.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
Yes, sir. So where are the camps? Tell us, where do you guys camp? Our camp is there for back of that police station, Safaka. But how long has it? 6 or 7 months. We don't have any camp now. Why? Because of my wrong. Police they find me.
Okay, that says that the where they see that time. Yes, your group, your men follow now. How will I see now?
Yes, now my men will go on. The person who should be as a free man. Free man with the sky as the number one.
Who are you? Who is sponsor you?
China Sanworu. China Sanworu.
From where?
In that blood.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
Me.
No.
China Sanworu. I just know as a BOS commander.
US commander for what?
From ESM.
So how long has it been sponsoring you guys?
Getting to 2 years now.
Him and who?
Him with the forest.
To carry out activities in Imo State.
Sir?
To carry out activities in Imo State.
Yes.
He sponsors the people to carry out.
Yes, sir.
So which other people where they follow China as a sponsor?
The only foreign with the China where they sponsor us are blood. The other one for village here now, Italy, our issue.
So which reason is it giving you guys to go and attack all this?
China Sanworu,
Now, if this audio are played, Chinas, I want to mention that there's a particular group that was created. He was ascribing to KANU, something he cannot prove. But the reason why I'm playing all these audios is that maybe they've forgotten. They've forgotten. Just a reminder to cap it all. There's a one central command in IPOB and trickle down to anything IPOB associated with. But when they bastardize all the things that have been set up, they're now creating their own monsters.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
My head up with this for that. My head up with this so fire. My head up with this so my head up with this so my head up with this so my head up with this
This is one of the squad he created. Remember, there was time they have cadets. When they did the cadets in Arochu, I think the next day Nigerian military went in there and massacred our village. Remember, I'm just reminding you guys what has happened. And this is the things he said they're going to attribute to Onyendu. We are waiting. The people that are going to come and give evidence against our leader, we are waiting. But we want to remind them to be aware. We know. I think I have this. Let's listen to this.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
Fact is that this video might be an old video, but they're showing it because now they have got nothing to tell people. Some people, they still think they can offer them to give them money. Everything they are doing now is about how they will extort money from people because it's not real. So that is why that's like a trading camp. But I mean, to tell you that they still do, but if you check it, that video is not, I don't think is when I get that video, I think I checked it. But if it's a new one, Onyendu said activities of ESN is forbidden online. If they are ESN, but they are not. There's one again I need.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
Hey, we don't catch them. Thunder don't fire you. You go die today. Sebi una terrorist. Hey, young man. What is your name? Who are you, young man? You know what talk, Abi? Now Biafran Liberation Army catch you today. You know you go talk. Now they cause all this problem. They tag am another people.
Yeah, I don't give him credit in the both side, but it is quite important that him himself responded with tweet on this particular video. Tells you that he knows something about it. Because something that does not concern you, you don't have any interest on, you won't respond to it. Even in propaganda, so whatever you show is what you read. You live in a grass house, don't throw stone. I'm not want to give any credit on the both part of this, the ones that are talking about. It's quite.
Every single individual should ask fundamental question. All these
Now, yeah. So I think basically, I'm not gonna go further playing more videos on this because the videos are not. But Paul Chike, remember he's coming back. I want you to listen.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
Mad people. Mad people. Chike Doziem is a criminal. For receiving 2,000 euros monthly, he is a born criminal. And anywhere they see him, I will get him arrested. Because he's a criminal. He will come and prove what a freedom fighter is receiving salary. Or look on go and find work. No. You will come on radio Biafra and tell us. When I say that anyone receiving money in IPOB is worse than Boko Haram, I never know that even the head of the Directorate of State, Chike Doziem, is worse than Boko Haram and this swap. You just carry Boko Haram, make a Directorate of State, carry swap, make a head of ESN. And they are sucking IPOB. You cannot see the money. Men are not on our grand now. My phone now. Men give videos of our men upload here.
Anyway, I just want to have fun, so don't blame me. It's not my fault. Time present himself. So, like I said, this is just a reminder for everybody. Yeah, don't forget to ask Paul Chike Doziem on the 30th of this month. Who sold the fake Fendi? Akwarawa Mende and his men won when they were massacred. So yeah. And 30th of May is a day we shall remember. And we will be hosting IPOB Worldwide Vigil to remember the commemoration and the memorial on Biafra Radio, IPOB Worldwide. We'll be kicking that off on 12 p.m. Biafran time on the 30th of May. So tune in. There's going to be a Zoom meeting that people can join for us to commemorate our comrades and remember them. It is important. That day is a sacrosanct day for every single Biafran because those that have fell for this struggle, we shall remember them. And we shall remember those that have betrayed us as well, to remind them that we are here watching them. And I think that is it for me. And I thank all of you for listening and those that are going to watch this broadcast. Like I said, this broadcast is designed to educate our people. There's no prejudice or whatsoever. All we do here is to come here to narrate and expose every evidence with irrefutable evidence to you. To Biafran, it's everything that borders an IPOB, so that is our work. And we'll continue to do this. And even beyond when Onyendu come out, we've been standing. So this is a job that is not going to go away. We will always redirect our people. They might pretend, but the facts remain that before you accuse somebody, you need to have your evidence right. Like a Joffo went to file a lawsuit against people that lives in Finland from the zoo without first of all establishing there is a crime that committed, because that person, there was no communication. That's what they call, if you want to litigate someone, there must be a formal communication for the person to acknowledge. We warned them, we told them, they couldn't understand what we're talking about. But it's not our fault. We continue to do what we do. I thank all of you for listening. I'm going to continue. Like he said, Onyendu, those that campaigned Onyendu was cloned and all that whatnot. Now you guys can see that our leader is more sound than all of you 1 million times put together. We said it from the beginning. We know the leader we know. So we are not searching for a leader. We have a leader. All you need to do if you want to support is support. But those that want to suck and live under Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu because they want to become famous. Entirely up to you guys. But Okeke knows. And he knows all this. He warned people. Do not allow this to get into you. And he warned us before this time that this particular 2 weeks is going to be pivotal. And we're going to have an array of challenges within and external and internal. And that is the era we are in. And it has fallen back to these 100 men. And I tell you one thing, this era has exposed a lot of people. You can only account for yourself. To be honest, once again, I thank all of you for listening. May Chukwuka continue to protect and guide our leader and his entire generation, because the KANU family is a blessing to Biafrans, whether you like it or not. You might hate them, because it is not you. But if you can do it, there's a space right now. Take over. It's 3 years now. Onyendu has been locked down. Our people are still talking, like running circles. And without mentioning Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu, you're not going anywhere. Because everything you talk or do revolve back to Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu. Onyendu picked up this struggle after our internal leader came back, couldn't talk about it. The only person that revived Biafra that we know that Biafra was not recognized by Google before you type it is an error. In 2014-15, if you type Biafra in Google search, is an error. To revive Biafra, even as said it, dead or alive, no man has done what Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu have done. And it's on record. He cannot, if he can do more than that, sure. He's not talking, he's doing. You can't live on Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu glory and run around it. Show us something new that we've never seen, because Onyendu brought something that no one showed us before, and that's why some of us grow into it. And that's what I have said. If he has something, when Tony Nadi was shouting about roadmap, we say, show us the roadmap to Biafra. Lower Niger, till tomorrow morning, they still run around like a goat. So you can form as much as group you form and name as much as name you want. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about the fact that Biafra agitation boils down to Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu. He's the one that has the master key to what we're talking about, because you can't speak. Tell me who will address Biafra today without mentioning Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu. He can't speak 1 minute. They put his picture, whatever they do is the face of the struggle tomorrow morning. Why don't put Ojukwu face down talking about Oju? Even our internal leader, put his face down, talk about Biafra. Nobody will listen to you. So that's how daring it is. And people must respect this fact. But these monsters want to drag themselves, thinking that Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu is going to come out of the struggle. And what have you done for 3 years? Other than come to Radio Biafra and gossip like women that sell what you see in the market. It's very, very pathetic. Anyway, like I said, for me from here, I'm much making that one. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening.
Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, odogwu ndị Mozi na-agbalị ọgụ. Obinigwe na-ekwu okwu, o nwere ife gbalụ Jehova ya lee. Obinigwe na-ekwu okwu, ọ ka na-ekwu okwu, Obinigwe na-ekwuzi okwu ike. Nnamdi Kanu, odogwu bili, eze ndị Igbo gburugburu. Nnamdi Kanu, ọchịagha ụmụ Igbo, odogwu Biafra bili, odogwu ndị Mozi na-agbala ọkụ.
n'enu wee sikanụ n'enu ụwa n'osi na chi ya dị mma mgbe mbụ ka sị na nwaeze enwelo nwa mana tata na nwaeze nwegokwa nwa mgbe mbụ ka sị na igbo enwela eze mana tata na anyị bụ igbo anyị enweghị ezenu Nnamdi Nnọbụnya bụ eze ndị igbo eziokwu n'enu ụwa ebuka eziokwu n'enu ụwa siri ikenu eziokwu n'enu ụwa esikanụ ọ bụ ịma na onye na-achọ onye aka ya dị ọcha na ọchụgido ya n'enu ụwa chụbịa n'ụwa ọmanụ o ji be nwata